Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is Tuxedo Ian, and we are getting back to our playthrough of Book of Hours. This is going to be part number 83. I would like to take a moment to apologize for the long wait between episodes, but we did have some stuff going on with my family offline that kind of made it difficult for me to have time to record for a while. But we are back, and we're probably going to be getting back into this. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it every day, but we'll try for every 3 days at the very least. But we'll see how much time I have to record with things going on. So, with that said, let's dive back in and see where we were at. I cannot remember what we had going on, but we will find out. Alright, so we are in the middle of spring. We have a book offer from Oriflammes that's on its way. We are purchasing. And let's see what else we have going on. Any timers that we have running? Does not appear to be. We ran our salon for this season. We have the affair of the dappled rose and the hissing weight of sand where once stood a city called Mia. Another man has died, but he almost made it out. He made it far enough that a goat herd found it, raving to the end about gardens with a flower crushed in his hand. So we want visitors that are interested in moth or rose. So let's go and see who we can invite that will be interested in moth or rose. So this one desk will let us do rose. So let's see. Moth or rose? Definitely Aladim. Who have we already had visit? Shaima. Yes, so we definitely want an invite for Aladim. So let's find us a rose. So we can request Aladim's presence. And let's see, who else? So moth or rose? Okay, not Arthur. We want Peel, because he will be interested in that. So we need moon for him. Olymp is also going to be interested. Daymare will be interested, so we'll write invites for them. Okay, so we're going to want Peel because he likes moth. See any of these other ones? Shaima's already been. Connie, no. Yvette, no. Okay, so we can replace Edix Marshall. Let's see. Okay, Peel, yes. Azita, we've already had Shaima. Connie, no. Coquille, no. Corso, no. Daymare, we already have. Douglas, no. Esan, no. Strathcone, no. Pokebald, nope. Morgan, nope. Olymp, we have. Serena, nope. Stanislav, nope. Yvette, nope. And Zachary, nope. Okay, so this one is a fairly short incident then. So let's go ahead and get those mailed off. Send out our invitation to Aladim, to Dagmar. Olymp. And Peel. Getting to be a regular visitor around these places, Mr. Peel is. Oop, we have something that finished. That got to clear that. Let's see, anything we have outside the house here that can be useful? We got some pears we might want to use later. We also have some honey scar jasmine, bunch of sand. It is spring. We cannot harvest anything from there yet. We could get some moth orchid. Can we get anything from this? Let's see. Lenten rose. I don't think we need any of that right now. And we have our prize from Oriflamme's, The Shadow in the Stair. Ernestine Peterhans records her conversations with the little darkness in Hush House Stair Tenebris, which she calls Donkerling. Well, we'll go ahead and put this on our shelf up here for now, and go ahead and read it. Since we have enough nectar to be able to read that easily enough. There's Aladim. Peace be with you. I ask entry to the house, a conversation with the Alapine. Yes, I am counted among the long. Immortal is too optimistic a word. All of us have our patrons. If we are lucky, we never draw their direct attention. I have been charged to find this piebald garden in the ruins of Mia, and to pluck there a piebald rose, as a keepsake, I am told. Still, this keepsake business worries me. I would like to study the matter a little more. Let's see, we need a rose book. There we go, just verse. Long ago, you know, there were not so many colors in the world. I suppose life was simpler then, but I prefer the luxury we have of hues. Thank you, Librarian. There's Daymare, and Mademoiselle Olympe, and Dr. Peel. More than enough time to deal with them. But we can park Daymare in the bed here for now. Just so we don't time her out. Let's see, where could we park Olympe? I don't think we'll need to. So, Shaima undertook a commission for the Bureau in Mia, where to find the piebald garden or conceal it was never clear. At the behest of his patron, the vagabond, the Alapine set out to find the piebald garden in the waste, but his heart was troubled within him. A conversation with Mademoiselle Bechet. The pleasure is all mine, Librarian. This story from Mia, it interests me. I have an idea the house might help me follow up. There is a tale that the vagabond planted a black and white garden in Mia, before the curse, where the moth would come at night. There are always tales. Thank you. I have enough to make a start. I really don't want to go all that way to Mia myself. It's not so very exceptional a story, but I think I might know someone who can help. Again, thank you. Let's see, do I have a lower level moth book than a 10? I have this that's 8. She can't read Sanskrit. I have... Oh, there we go, there's a 6. She can't read Sanskrit. I guess this one, she can't read Sabazine either. Let's see, do I have a low-level text over here somewhere in Moth. Nope, she can't read Sabazine. 10. Ah, there's a 4. That way we're not using up our high-level books. In case we need to give her a reading later. Ah, there we go. Ernestine's business in the cellars of the Hush House often took her up and down the stair tenebris, although it is avoided by every other servant. Donkerling attempted first to consume her, then to demand sacrifices from her. Ernestine consented to bring it mice, but became very stern when it asked for a new drowned child. Donkerling claims to be an imprisoned long under the protection of the deepest power of the sea. It is prone to occasional bouts of raving about how, when it has its freedom, its patron will drown the isle. Ernestine renders most of these long speeches as ellipses, but is very interested in what it can tell her about the circumstances of shipwrecks. There are hints she may have been planning a salvage expedition. Memory Impulse and a lesson in Coil and Chasm. Okay, so let's mark that with Memory Impulse. And let's see, we can put that onto our red shelves over here, just so if we have something in that room, the guests do not try to make off with it. And we have Coil and Chasm is currently level 5, so we need 5 memories for that. Of Scale or Nectar. Oh, we have Nectar there. Can we keep that, or is it going to... Nope, we're going to lose that at daybreak. So let's see. So we need Scale and Nectar. Oh, first off, Nectar we can get... We'll do... Now we can do Scale here. That's 1. We can also do Scale here. That's 2. We can do... Scale. Nectar. We can do Ambrosial since we're going to lose this impulse here. Let's see, what do we have? We also have Door and Wall lessons we need to use up here. But we'll work on those tomorrow. Scale and Nectar. Well, we have a... We have one of these that can give us Nectar. Yep. Great Counterfeit gives us Nectar. Read that with Sick Health, and we need Deep Mandaic. So that's 4, and then the plant will give us 5. And there goes Madame Olympe. Mademoiselle Bechet had no intention of going all the way to Mia, but after researching the matter at the house, she remembered an associate who might go there on her behalf. The day, the night, and here we are again in the day. Marvelous. I wonder how many of us tell you the truth. I wonder if any of us do. I wonder if you are even tempted to stuff our eyes with nonsense. I am sorry, this is unhelpful of me. Let's talk about petals. Petals, a friend used to say, are the skin of flowers. I wonder,
And flowers are the hair of a plant. I wonder what it means, this dappled rose. I'd like to look in your collection. I think, Librarian, we may be approaching a turn in history when flowers seek moths and not so much the other way around. I'm sorry, it's very hard for me not to speak in riddles. Let me try this. Be very careful when the time comes to stand beneath the tree. The choice is always yours.
Speaking of roses, so we have white flowers on the tree this year, since he mentioned the tree. And daybreak comes, and our new weather for the day is a gale. So, sky and heart. Not much that we can do with that just now. So we've got our books reading. We have our last guest getting ready to come out of her bed. Hope she's had a good rest. Alright, we are done with our books. And we just need to examine the plant. Dr. Peel, as so often, found what he sought at Brankrug, delivered himself of a riddle, and departed, his intentions still obscure. Alright, so let's get this this memory ready. My visitor grows impatient.
Hello, dear. Only me, I'm afraid. Been to Mia, you know. What there's left of it. Wouldn't go back. Not going back to Mia. Said that already. But that rose that the poor fella died for. Black and white one, you see. Rings a bell, tickles a nerve, taps on the old brain pan. Dappled rose. Still don't know, but the vagabond liked gardens, don't you know? And moth. Might go back to Mia after all. I wonder.
Alright, so now we can grab Coil and Chasm. And our new memories 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the lesson. And for effort, we can use our Whist. And upgrade Coil and Chasm to level 6. So let's see, we have Door and Wall, which gives us Forge and Knock. So let's arrange by level here. So Forge, we could do Meniscate Reflections, Hammer, Spices and Savors we could max out. I think Meniscate Reflections might be the play here. Or if we do Knock, we've already got most of those. Surgeries and sanguinations. Or solutions and separations. Let's give 1 to surgeries and exsanguinations. So we need heart and knock. Well, we already have 1 heart. We have 1 knock, so that's 2. We just need 2 more. Heart and knock. Now we can get heart from that. And then heart again from over here. Let those play out. And Coil and Chasm is now level 6. Yeah, nothing new we didn't know about already from that. And I found that this is a little add-on called Clock that tells you how much time is left in the various portions of the day. As now it's midday. Something in the story of the dappled rose made Daymare wonder if she should return to Mia one more time. Alright, so let's grab surgeries and exsanguinations. And our memories. And a lesson. And upgrade this to level 5. And then for the next one, we will apply it to Meniscate Reflections. And get that up to level 6. So we need Edge and Forge. Well, we have one Edge already. But let's go ahead and make more. So we can make a Torg's Cleansing. That gives us 2. Purge myself of harmonious resonances, accruing some personal edge. It won't be pleasant. So that's 2 memories. And we need 5. So 3 more. So we can do Victory of Crowns, gives us another one. And we can do Fear. Gives us 4. And finally, for 5, Forge, we can do Book of Cinders. And that will use up all of our door and wall memories. Could use this Forbidden Epic, but eh. Right, so that's that. So let's read our newspaper and get our occult scrap back. And then tomorrow we'll work on cooking for our next day's worth of, for our next season's salon. The cleansing has left my skin burning, my teeth throbbing. The corrivality rumbles beneath the membranous surfaces of the waking world. Alright, so there's our memories. We're done with this. The newspaper has given us another occult scrap. So, Meniscate Reflections. And the Tryst. Alright, so that will get that up. So let's see, what kind of food do we want to serve for our next dinner? Well, let's decide who we want to invite first. I think it will be funny if we invite we'll start off, we'll invite Daymare. And then see, who else can we grab? We will grab Connie. Because with the policeman and the thief together, that should lead for some fun interactions. Meniscate Reflections is now level 6. And we can also do Azita. And I think... Let's see. We can do Morgan. We haven't seen her for a while. And finally, let's see. We can do Corso, I think. Okay, so let's see what kind of foods we're going to need for that. So Dagmar wants knock food. Okay, so we have knock food. We have something knock here. I'm sure we do. I know we made something. Did we store it up here? We have raw ingredients up there. The Egglophotis souffle, but I think we used that already. Now we have an amber pumpkin we might be able to do something with. For drink for her, we're going to need tea. So let's get on working on making a pot of tea. Plenty of agave there. We have plenty of tea here. Yeah, second flush Assam has knock on it, so we'll make some of that. Alright, so that will cover her drink. Connie likes sky food, I believe it was. Sky food and drink. Yes. So we have that covered with sky food and drink. Sky drink. Sky drink. Did we have some Blue Crown tea somewhere? Yes, we do. Oh, we have some Lapsang Souchong, so that counts. So that will be our drink for her. That's Connie's. Azita prefers edge, I believe. Yes, she likes edge food and drink. Morgan likes sky food and drink, so that will do double duty and cover Morgan and Connie. And then Corso likes Grail. Grail is easy. We've got some fragrant chalice tea. We can pour some of that out. All right, then we're just going to need some water to take up the extra space. Edge drink. Might have to make some. The second flush Assam will count for both of that, so that will take care of that. So let's find somewhere we can set this. Come on, there's got to be somewhere we can put this. Ah, there on the desk. So let's pour out a cup of this. Okay, so that counts for... that will cover knock and edge. We just need 2 glasses of water. We'll finish that off. So now for food, we can do... heart. No, that won't work. Dark marrow. Nope, that won't work. Game chips, that's what we want. We want game chips. Because that will cover edge and knock, so that will do that. So then we need something for sky. We have our pheasants up here. We can cook a pheasant. We can jug a pheasant. Or we can roast it. So we can roast it and it gets sky, forge, heart, rose, scale. Or we can jug it and get edge with it too. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And gray, we'll do grail for Corso. So that's those. We just need a... that's a side dish and a main dish. We just need a pudding and 2 other dishes. Ah, there we go. So we can do this with some mixing bowls and an egg to make prune whip. We can make prune whip, and that also has grail on it. So then we just need 1 more dish. 2 more dishes, actually, because that's 3. So we need 2 more dishes after that. So we can make something cheap here. We can make a stuffed marrow. Game chips. Long before fish and chips, these went crunchily with game. Ideally, you'd want bread sauce and breadcrumbs to complete the ensemble, but honestly, it's hard enough not to just stuff these directly into your mouth. So those count as a side dish. There's our water. We'll just set that on the shelf for now. Because we need 2 cups of water, so that'll do. Water. And water. And we have our jugged pheasant is ready. The hunter's reward. That's 2 dishes. So we need a first course, which a marrow will count as. So instead of using that, we can use one of these bags of vegetables. We can make some vegetable soup. Vegetable stew. There's our prune whip. That will be our pudding. So that's 3 dishes. We have number 4 is cooking. And let's see, what else do we have left here that we can use up? Yeah, we need to make some toast. Or we can open... Let's see, what do we have in the pantry down here in the earthenware? We have a basket of vegetables and another basket of vegetables. So let's see what we can cook with those. If we can cook with those. Those make vegetable stew as well. Or we can open up a bag and get a marrow or something out of it. Yeah, let's open up a bag here. A marrow, potatoes, a pumpkin, onions, or leeks. Let's do onions. These are onions. Wonderful. The prima materia of cooking. This may be why the cosmos is shaped so, like an onion. And then we can add a knife. Nope, that doesn't. We need alcohol. We need something alcoholic to pickle these onions with. And we have a glass of Armagnacchis here. We can make marinated onions. And I think we can combine that with fish to get something. Alright, so we needed to make some dough to make bread. So we got flour, mixing bowls, and butter. Makes dough. So this is a main course. So we just need a side dish now. So we can do that with the marrow. Marinated onions. Add it to mackerel for soused mackerel. We don't have any mackerel on hand right now, but we have some. We have it for later. See, we can also do. What can we do with a pumpkin? Can we maybe add sugar and do something? No. Drippings. Amber pumpkin soup. Something for Dr. Peel next time he comes around, and for anybody that likes lantern stuff, which is fairly rare in food. Alright, so there's dough. See, dough goes to makes bread. And let's see. Okay, so that covers first course and main course. Okay, so we have 5 drinks, we have 5 food. We have first course, main course, pudding, main course, and side dish. So we have everything covered. Just need to wait for the season to roll over and we can do our next salon. Amber pumpkin soup. So this is a first course. The amber pompignons of Brankrug are, according to tradition, all descendants of the seed brought by Kitty Mazarine from her home across the soft sea. We have several things over here. So I wanted to test something out, actually. So I was thinking about it for a while, and this item, Lethe Lees, the dark aftermath of a dark drink. There's no real way that I know of to make it, but somebody on the Discord mentioned that if you actually drink a bottle of Lethe, it will create that. So let's do an experiment and find out for ourselves. So first we'll need to make some Lethe, which I think we can do here at the Nocturnary. Let's see. Lethe is... We can make it... Yes. Yes, we can make it here. So we need rights of the roots. We need and 10 nectar, which we have, and a beverage. So let's find us a quick little beverage. Well, we've got half a tea. Yep, so we'll make some Lethe here. Brew a moth liquor. And we'll do some experiment there. All right, so we have bread. Use bread with a knife and mushrooms, ham, pilchards, or other savory things, or add apples and spice for a classic English pudding. We add a knife. And pilchards, we make pilchards on toast. If we add mushrooms, we get mushrooms on toast. See, ham. We make a ham and cheese toasty. We add the plums. We make plum croutons. Let's make some of those. See what they are. Plum croutons. One should never make this without plums that are not ripe enough to eat. One is quite serious. So that is pudding. Okay, simple enough for a pudding. And we have some beef. We should marinate that beef while we have it, while we have some time. Let's see. Find a low. We have some lambig, mostly full. Okay, we can pour some of that out and make some marinated beef. So we'll come to the fire. Beef. And marinate a joint of beef, an ingredient for a higher purpose. Okay, so there's a bottle of Lethe. So now, let's see what happens if we drink this ourselves. Drink the stuff. This will consume the beverage. If it's a whole bottle, consider serving it first so you don't drink the whole thing. A dark and syrupy liquor favored in unnamed forest villages. So let's see what this does. If this gives us the lees or if this just drinks the whole thing. What have I learnt? Exhausted. Nope, I guess it does not. Just gives us memory taste. Oh well, was worth a shot. We have plenty of... we have the ability to make that easily enough. Alright, so there's a joint of marinated beef, tangy with the harbingers of a roastful destiny. So we can go ahead and we can roast that. And that will give us some more drippings that we can use for other things. So we'll put our drippings back on the shelf here. And we have marinated roast beef. But since we have learnt from all vaporing France to eat their ragouts as well as to dance, we're fed up with nothing but vain complaisance. Oh, the roast beef of Old England and Old English roast beef. Alrighty then. So the new day has dawned. And I do not think we have anything else that is of pressing matter at this point. So we are just going to go ahead, and I think we'll call it a day at this point. And when we come back, we will fast forward on through the next day and get to the salon. I think we'll go ahead and start fast forwarding through the day here. But thank you for joining me. If you've been enjoying this journey through Hush House and seeing what wonders have been unveiled here, then please leave a comment or a like down below if you'd like to see where this train is going to end up, and I'm not quite sure myself at this point where it's going. So just feel free to click that subscribe button, and I will see you all on the next day of Hush House.